Hey, welcome to our channel. This is Dee's Outdoor Classroom. My name is Eric, and this is my son Donovan. He is the D in Dee's Outdoor Classroom. We are just getting started on this adventure. He just graduated high school and is going to start a little business selling plants and maybe pet sitting, taking care of animals, stuff like that. But we thought this would be a fun way to kind of show a lot of people what we do, some of the projects we like, some of the animals and flowers and all the good things we do. So this is our first attempt at a long video, like I said. We've done a few short videos, and those are under the handle Never Quit Growing on YouTube. And I think for our first video, we are simply going to introduce you to his two Redfoot tortoises and show you their current enclosure, right? And show you our first big project of the summer, which will be making them a new enclosure. Right, dude?
Yep.
So that's what we'll do. We'll turn the camera around here and we'll show you where they're currently sitting. Outside of a shop, they've got a house over there, and at nighttime they go in the greenhouse. But why isn't this working out, dude?
Well, there's too much sun. They're a shade-dwelling species because they live in the Amazon rainforest.
Right.
And they don't like too much sun, so they spend a lot of time in their house. So we thought that we could just put some shade cloth up here and then put some posts down here to hold the shade cloth up. But then we had the idea of moving them to a different location that has more shade, and we don't have to use as much shade cloth. And then it's connected to another garage where we could just build them an inside area, and then they could sleep in there at night. And they have a dog door to go through into the shop.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that started in a couple of days. And why don't you tell me who we're looking at here? Let's get down to this guy.
Okay. This is Remus. She's about 3 years old, we think. I adopted her from Pet World
Where's that at?
in Lawrence,
Kansas.
Kansas.
And why did we get her? Why didn't anybody want her?
Because she has a little bit of damage on her shell. Here, let me just grab her. She has a little bit of damage right here. That's why nobody wanted her.
Seems like a silly reason.
Yeah, it's really, really, really silly.
She's been a good tortoise so far, hasn't she?
And she loves it when you do this.
What's her favorite foods?
She loves salad, dandelions, hibiscus, strawberries, mulberries, Missouri tortoise diet. Oh, and she loves worms.
Yeah. Okay. And who's this heading this way?
Oh, this is Tonks. She's about 10 years old. I adopted her from...
We're not sure how old she is, are we?
No, not 100% sure. But I adopted her from the Kansas Reptile Rescue.
Yeah. So she was free.
Yeah, she was free.
She's a little more set in her ways, isn't she?
Yeah.
She doesn't like to eat her vegetables as much.
No, she likes her protein a lot more. She's got a little bit of pyramiding on her shell here. Not sure what that's from. We think it's from lack of humidity.
Could be.
Yeah.
But we've only had her how long?
Since last September.
Yeah.
So, not too long.
We think she weighs probably about 15 pounds.
Yeah, about 15 pounds.
And Remus is probably about 2 or 3 pounds.
Yeah, 2 or 3 pounds.
And how long will these guys live?
50 years.
50 years. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, if they're going to be around that long, we want to get them a better habitat where they'll be out more. They're out today because it's pretty overcast here.
Yeah.
If the sun gets out full blown, they will spend most of the day hiding in their house. So we're going to create a new habitat that has a lot more plant material in it. We were going to plant this out. It wasn't going to stay like this, but we decided to move them so we didn't bother planting anything. So now we'll go over and show you where they're going to move to. All right, here's the new area where we're gonna move the tortoises. It's everywhere between the sidewalk and the back of this garage. It's overall probably about the same size as that old area, maybe a little bigger.
It's definitely wider.
Definitely wider. And that's an old dog door into the shop. We will cut that back out, and the tortoises, will have an inside area there. But most importantly, even though this is on the west side of the house in Kansas, we've got this big tree here that gives us shade for most of the afternoon. And that's what they were missing the first time. So that will be important. And we are just starting to dig some of the plantings out of here because it was pretty crowded. It was a nice wildflower garden. And I think maybe in a day or two, when we get a tripod and wireless microphones and stuff that makes making videos a little bit easier, we're going to get started on this project. And that means putting up a fence that they can't see through, right, dude? And why is that?
Because if they see through a fence, they try to escape.
And what happens?
They stress themselves out and they can flip themselves over, and it's not good because if they are upside down too long, they die.
Correct.
And it's a very slow, painful death.
Correct. So, again, we've dug out a lot of the wildflowers. We had a lot of salvia and yarrow and things like that in here. And we actually put them over here in a new garden, which we can explore that further at some other time. But it looks good, and it's out of the way. We just planted all that yesterday, so it's looking a little sad still, but it'll all perk up. And later on, we'll do a lot of videos showing you the rest of our backyard. We've got a pond right there with slider turtles in it. We've got a koi pond further back there behind the pool. So we've got a lot of projects planned and a lot of interesting things. But first and foremost, it's the tortoises.
Yeah.
That's his graduation present. He wanted this enclosure built for him. So we're going to make it up real cool. And we'll take you along for that journey. And that will be our first real video. So here's where the new enclosure will be, just for perspective. That is where the old one is. You have to ignore the fence. That's a whole nother project. We just built the shop last summer. So there's a lot of temporary things still in place, which are a lot of future projects. So future videos, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess for now, that's about it. And we will sign off, and we will say what? Be kind to each other?
Yep.
And what? Never quit growing?
Never quit growing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you real soon.
All right, sounds good.